Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Married to Medicine Los Angeles Season 2, Episode 5 or 6. One of those. I'm sorry. Y'all know I have it right at the bottom of the screen. It's late. It is almost 11 o'clock at night, and I'm just now doing the review. Some of y'all won't see this till in the morning, but thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know I'm late. I wasn't going to do the video, but since I missed the week before last, I said I definitely had to do this video because I gotta stay committed to what I said I was going to do. So I am here. If I don't have a lot of energy, please excuse me, y'all. I had some family stuff go on earlier today, and I've been just right on the verge of tears all day long. Some have escaped, but it's just been a rough one. You know, I live in Texas, been living here for almost 3 years. My family's in South Carolina, and it doesn't get any easier. Like, nobody died, but when stuff happens, I really struggle with feeling guilty, with feeling like I abandoned my people. Even though I know I didn't do it, nobody has to tell me that. I know I don't have any children. I didn't abandon anybody. But I'm the oldest daughter. I'm the oldest granddaughter. Me, my mama, me and my grandma, we like this. And sometimes when stuff goes on, I feel like I need to be there. I feel like even if they don't say it, and even if they tell me they're fine or it's okay and they'll handle it, I feel like my family needs me. I feel like I need to be there. And it doesn't matter how long I'm here or how long I live here. It just does not get any easier. It doesn't get any easier. The feeling, the guilt doesn't let up. But I'm all right, though. Okay? Y'all didn't come here for the family drama, right? Y'all came for the review. So, let me try to get into my mode. Let me get over it. Let's get to the review. So first of all, I love New Orleans. Love Xavier University. I wish I would have known about it when I was going into undergrad. I had no idea about Xavier University. So Xavier University. So I was a little upset by that. But that's okay. We made it through. So anyway, we have the ladies there. They're at the house. In the first scene, we see Imani talking to Phil. And Imani, I felt a lot of different ways about Imani this episode. I felt a lot of sympathy for her. So Imani is talking to Phil, and one of her first mistakes is she let Phil know that she's been talking to the girls, and the girls have hyped her up to ask when he is going to be making more visits from Oklahoma. Like, when am I going to see you? Because the girls, you know, Contessa and Britton basically pumped me up to ask you, and I said, see, that's your first mistake. That's your first mistake, because one thing I know about men is they like their business in the streets. So even though they know you talk to your girls, you ain't supposed to tell them you talking to your girls, okay? And it's really you that wants to know when he's coming to visit. And if it's you, then say it's you. The fact that she has a problem, for whatever reason, showing and expressing vulnerability in a relationship with her husband is sad to me, because they've been together for some years. And I feel bad that Imani feels like she can't express that without putting it off on something else. So first she puts it off on Contessa and Britton. Then she says, well, I mean, if you can't come out here, I can make some stuff shake and I can come out there, but it's all about what you want to do. Like, if it's that serious for you, then I'll come. Imani, if you want to see your husband, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's your husband. If you miss your husband, that's not a weak emotion. We all miss our significant others when they're not around. You can say that, I miss you, I want to see you, I understand you're working, but I want to be there. When you get off, I can be there. I can maybe come and see the dispensary. Like, I'm coming out there, right? I wouldn't even make it an option, first of all. I would have been like, okay, well, I miss you, so I already booked a flight. I'll be out there on such and such days. And if you got stuff to do, that's fine. Okay, I'll wait at the room or the Airbnb or whatever, you know, we're going to be doing, but I'm going to be there. If for the very least, well, at least y'all at the very least, you all at least need to have a conversation face to face. So either way, I'm coming, right? But she kind of just she feels uncomfortable expressing what it is she really needs and how she really feels, and that was sad. I thought that was kind of sad, and Phil doesn't help with that blank, dry, baloney expression that he gives her when she's trying to speak to him about what's going on. So she gets off the phone. And they go to the panel. The panel went well. Now I want to ask you guys, what season is it? Is it fall? Because Contessa's giving me fall. But Britton and Imani were giving me a mild spring day. So I'm really confused as to what's going on. But either way, they had some really good conversations. One of the things I wanted to highlight was Britton kept it a little, she was keeping it too real. She accidentally cussed while telling the ladies about how they need to dress the part, and how she's had in her experience where people sometimes can't tell what Britton has going on, because she has a very what is that look called? Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. But she has that look, right, where you don't really know, racially ambiguous. That's what it is. You don't really know what she is. And so she's had experience where people not knowing what she is have said things to her about other women, and she's had to get them in check, like, oh, no. See, you don't know what I got going on in me. You don't need to be talking about this, and this. But she's basically telling the girls how important it is to look the part, dress the part, because you actually are being judged more harshly by your counterparts, and I know that firsthand. They also talk about microaggressions, which is basically like you know better, but you're acting like you don't know better. And I love that conversation. Imani says she went in for a medical director position. She had the resume, she had the skill set, and they tried to offer her a staff position, and she told them, no ma'am. Okay, it's medical director or I'm out. So they've experienced times where people try to treat them and give them less than what they deserve, and they know they're doing it, but they're hoping that they don't notice. Microaggressions. Anyway, good conversations though, good panel. I thought it was great that they went back and talked to those ladies at that school. And it's nice to see somebody who came from where you came from, and to see them doing it big the way these ladies are. So then we move forward and we find out that Imani's never been to homecoming. Now they gotta have been out of school at least 20 years. So Imani's never been to her own homecoming. So this is a big deal for Imani. Contessa was Miss Xavier University, so she told him kiss the crown. She gets her own card, and I must say Contessa looked really good. But while they're riding in the car, they're talking about why Imani never pledged, and we learned that Imani was a loner. She wasn't into that. She wasn't into those type of things. She was a nonconformist, and I get it. Pledging is not for everybody. I would like to get rid of the narrative that we paid for friends. I really hate when people say that, because it's just so far from the truth. I mean, I'm sure some people who didn't have any friends, it probably helped them. But I already had friends. I was looking for something a little bit more, and I definitely got it. The connections that I have made in Delta have been outstanding. I wouldn't even have been living in another state had I not made these connections, because I would have never been exposed to anything but South Carolina. And I was only exposed because I had line sisters. Anywhere that I go in the USA, baby, I'm good. Okay? Because there is always going to be somebody that got me. I remember one time, well, I can't tell that story, but I'll just say I was in another state, and I was supposed to have somewhere to stay, and I didn't have anywhere to stay, honey, and some sorors took me in. I was so grateful because I was not close to home. But yeah, I've just had so many instances where people have looked out and have been there, and I mean, child, I'm telling you, it was one of the greatest decisions I ever made. My LSs are a handful, but I promise you I would not be the person that I am today without them, baby. They was one of the first people to ever get me in check, okay? Because some of my friends was too scared to do so. So they definitely were the ones. We've had some times. We've been through some things together. I'm thankful. I'm truly thankful. So when I heard all them oops, honey, y'all know my heart was beating real fast. Okay, I almost threw it up, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it on the video, y'all. I was close, but I'm not going to do it. But I get Imani. I probably would have hung out with Contessa and Britton. Like, those would have been my party girls. But when it comes to like a friend, somebody I, cry with, somebody I share secrets with, it would have been like an Imani. I probably would have been friends with all three of them for different reasons. I'm like that now in my friendships. I've got deep, close friends, girls for life. And then I got girls that I go out with. And then, you got your girls that you got your church, you got your saved friends, honey. Those are the ones that will pray with you on the phone about 11:30 at night, get to speaking in tongues and everything. Y'all sniff, snotting, and crying, and then y'all go to bed. And I keep them all separate. We don't intermingle. So I definitely probably would have been friends with all three of them in different ways. So anyway, we move on, and Contessa sees her ex-boyfriend on the way out. I said, Contessa, you looking how you supposed to look when you see your ex-boyfriend. I do know that. And the ex-boyfriend was cute. It actually looked a lot like her husband to me. But she gives him a hug, and there was kind of like a double take situation. I'm going to attribute it to shock. Contessa. Now, I hope you ain't. I know Contessa ain't gonna do nothing, but she kind of was looking like, I can't believe you here. And he's looking at her like, I can't believe you here. And I can't believe y'all here. Y'all better get away from each other. Y'all married. I don't know if he married, but she is. But it's always nice to see your ex when you're looking like how you supposed to look. Okay, let's see what else went on. I don't want to forget anything. Okay, they go to a little restaurant so they can get some food, and they should have told the people at the back, don't stare directly into the camera. All of the people were staring at the camera. But they end up bringing up the situation between Imani and Phil yet again, okay? First, they say they need to hang out more. They need to powwow more. They need to be there for each other more, get together more. Okay, that's all cool, but when we powwowing in Oklahoma? And Imani says, look, I talked to Phil about it. I tried to bring it up, and he's just not feeling it. It just doesn't seem like he's reciprocating my feelings. It doesn't seem like he really cares. He's telling me he has to work. He's not really fulfilling the promises that he is making to me about us seeing each other. And I just don't know what to do. And she's hurt by it. And you can tell that Imani is right on the verge of tears. And that's really what made me feel bad for her. Because I know what that feels like to just kind of, you want to release it, but you don't want to be looked at as weak, which... it's so crazy because it's your husband. It's nothing wrong with feeling that kind of emotion over your husband, but yeah, I felt bad for her. So you can tell she's upset. Dr. Britton is upset. Contessa's upset, and they feel bad for their girl. So later when Imani is taking pictures for her book that she wrote that centers on her own mental health journey, as well as a lot of the stereotypes in the community about mental health and whether or not you need it and how the mental health help field works. She's taking pictures for her book cover. Now, she put on a crop top, and I was just like, now we going to have our stomach out for the book cover, Imani. But she actually looked really good. I mean, her body looked great. Her skin was flawless. The pictures were absolutely stunning. She is a beautiful woman. Even then, though, she's still talking about her feelings and how she felt, and she describes how she has so many things built up in her, but she kind of wears this mask on the outside. And unfortunately, she's also doing this in her marriage, and that really, really breaks my heart for her. I really hope that she's able to let it all out because you can tell she's just right on the verge of breaking down on camera. Like, you can literally see it, and I want her to be more vocal about how she feels, and I really would like for Phil to reciprocate those feelings with some actual conversation and not him just staring at the camera. I really need that to happen. But I think in order for it to start, she might just have to let the floodgates open about how she truly, truly is feeling. And I personally would like for her to do it in person. I'm on my way. What y'all think about Phil and Imani? What y'all think about Phil? I don't know. Something ain't right. Okay. So let's move to Jasmine and Shanique real quick. Now, you guys know that Jasmine is trying to figure out how to help Kendra lose some weight. And coming from somebody who has lost weight recently, you guys, I was 175 3 months ago. Right now, I'm about 160. It is quite the journey. I've never been at 175 before. I hope to never be again because it was difficult to get back down. And I'm trying to get back down even more because I'm normally about 150 something. So, Jasmine has put together a workout class, like the aerial silk yoga. It's really fun. You guys should try it, even if you think you're not flexible. It's really sexy, and it's something different. I love doing different stuff. So So they go in, and Kendra is just like, oh no, baby. Oh no, baby. If Kendra isn't anything else, she at least is ready and prepared with her workout clothes. Her workout clothes are always cute. So they're in there, and they end up having a conversation about Dr. Kendra going to an interview. She hasn't told her husband yet, but she's been to the interview, and she believes that the interview has gone quite well. So eventually she's going to have to let her husband know what's going on. Now, Jasmine tells us that she used to be thick. And she knows how it is trying to lose weight. I said, baby, we want to see the receipts. We need to see the receipts because I don't know if I believe that. But she used to be thick, okay? So she knows how it is. She's going to continue to help Kendra out so Kendra can get back down to what she used to be. Now, Shanique has her presentation ready, okay? She is ready to let Robert know that she is serious about this real estate thing. I loved her jumpsuit. Baby was looking good, okay? She had the assets showing. I said, yes, yes, yes. Always good for a presentation. So Robert comes home. She's made him a drink, and she's going to show him her real estate presentation. So y'all know Shanique. Okay, so the reason why I want to do real estate is because it's a market I'm already familiar with. But Robert was impressed by her presentation. Now, I don't know why, I've never heard it before, but why is Robert so nasally? He was just like, it was always just about me just wanting to see if you were serious, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it, and I feel like you ready, if that's what... Okay, so Robert approves, and Shanique is going to get into this real estate. So he tells her they're gonna go celebrate. And did y'all see when Robert was checking her out? I was like, oh, that's so cute. When your man still oogles your goodies after all these years. I thought that was kind of cute, y'all. All right, what else? Did I miss anything? I'm still laughing. At this voice. It's gonna have to be, Okay. I fast forwarded through Shanique's birthday plan. Sorry, you guys. I wasn't interested. But I know it's got something to do with some horses and a ranch. Next thing we have is Leah and Kendra. Love the bob on Leah. I love a bob on everybody, but I really loved it on her. Didn't like those kitten heels, but baby, I understand. Next time, just wear flat. Don't even do it. Just don't even do it to yourself. Whoops. Sorry, you guys. Didn't mean to do that. So Leah's taking her daughter in because Dr. Kendra has convinced her that it might be good. She's 15 years old. Let her come in there, have a conversation with me. Let her visit with me. Leah feels like her daughter's not having sex. She doesn't need to go to an OBGYN. But I would beg to differ. I would have really loved to have certain conversations with a medical professional beforehand. I definitely knew girls who were losing their virginity around that time, and a lot of them did not know what they were doing and did not know what they were getting into. And so it's just good to have those talks with somebody who don't know you, who don't know your family. It's good. It's a good thing to have, even if you're not doing it. Good to know early, right? So Leah is there for the first part of the conversation, and then she leaves. Her daughter's beautiful, looks just like Leah. And Leah actually had me teary-eyed because Leah made me think about my mom. My mom had me when she was 18 years old as well, and I don't think I've ever stopped to think about... I've thought about what she gave up, but I've never stopped to think about how she felt, like her fears, her anxiety, just how she moved forward with it. Like, I just never stopped to think about my mom's feelings in regards to that. So when Leah was talking about how she wanted to have conversations with her daughter about sex, but how she really didn't know how to have the conversations because nobody had the conversation with her, that is very prevalent. I know girls, myself included, who have been through that. But when I saw her crying, I was like, oh my gosh, what if my mom never talked to me about it because she really genuinely didn't know how? Because nobody had really talked to her. And you definitely can't rely on the church, honey, to have the talk, because the only talk that a religious environment is going to give you is, if you have it, you're going to go to hell. And If you have it, you're going to have a baby and you're going to be shamed. So just never give it up. But that is not speaking to the feelings that are happening within your teenage body. That's something that you need to go talk to a doctor about. And then maybe we can start to reconcile, the flesh and and the spiritual and whatnot. But a lot of times we just get the spiritual, and that's not even spiritual, it's just fear. But don't get me started. So, we never really rectify. If you want to talk about spiritual, you teach these children about soul ties, but we don't teach that. Okay, so yeah, it's just a whole lot to digest, and it made me feel bad that maybe my mom didn't know how to have conversations, because we definitely didn't have it. And I was glad that Leah took her to see Kendra and let Kendra kind of bridge that gap, because at the very least, she's at least a medical professional and she can at least give you the scientific breakdown. And that is much better than nothing at all. Okay, that's probably the best you can get. Let's move on, you guys. Brittany and her daughter. Brittany's daughter is a mess. Okay, she got an attitude. They in there picking out pots so they can plant some stuff. And I was laughing when Brittany was like, what about this one? It's Afrocentric, take you back to your roots. I was looking at that little girl like, I don't think that the roots that Brittany is talking about is not quite the roots that this little girl is interested in. I don't think this girl is going to be interested in any parts of an Afrocentric root that Brittany is talking about. As a matter of fact, baby girl said, I was looking for something a little bit more modern. Mom, thank you. So they talk about her attitude and her preteen attitude and how she really needs to pull it together. I was laughing when she said that when Brittany acted up, the grandma probably took Brittany's phone. You talk about that phone in the house with the cord that went all the way to the back of the house? No, not that phone. They didn't have cell phones, baby. Brittany probably had a pager. Excuse me. But either way, she needs to work on her attitude and being a little bit more respectful towards mama. Because if she need to, she'll start taking some things away from her as well. The next thing we have to talk about is Imani and Jasmine going to the gelato place, y'all. Jasmine pulls out the cup, the shot cup that you get ketchup in at Long John Silver's. She had this little bitty cup that she wanted to put her gelato in because she's on a diet. She is serious about reaching her goals. And Imani looked at her and said, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. So Imani gets her gelato, and Jasmine's like, you know what I respect about you? At least you work out after you eat like this. And Imani was like, well, yeah, I do that. And I have to do it these days. I ain't got nothing else to do since I'm pretty much a single mom. So again, Imani is bringing up her situation, which means we're going to talk about it. And so Jasmine asks her, well, do you and Phil have phone sex? And Bravo flashed to the scene of Phil showing his underarms, and I promise you I almost cussed 5 people out that wasn't even in the room, because I don't ever want to see that again. What was it? It looked like a fungus. I don't want to see stuff like that no more, Bravo. But no, safe to say they are not having phone sex. Phil's not very sexual, even though Imani says she's very sexual. I don't see it. I do not get sexual from Imani. I get prude. But she might be sexual. Y'all think Imani's sexual? I don't see it. But Jasmine is confused by that. Okay, you're a beautiful woman. He R&B singer. Y'all should be getting sexual. But then, right when I was getting with Jasmine decides she's going to check her blood sugar to make sure she's still burning fat. I figured that Jasmine was probably on keto, but I wasn't 100% sure until she said that she had to make sure she was still burning fat. And y'all know keto is all about putting your body in ketosis so that you're burning more fat than anything else. So I was on keto, so that's how I know. And that's actually how I dropped weight as quick as I did. But Imani is looking at her like, honey, I'm going to have to take a Xanax fooling with you because you're doing the most. She pricking her finger and all of this. And I'm just like, yeah, that would have been too much for me. Like, I'm all for a diet. I'm all for you reaching your goals. But you checking your blood sugar at the gelato place. You pulling out ketchup cups to get your gelato. Like, girl, we could have just had a bowl of air. You ain't have to get nothing. All right. We could have just got some waters and chilled at the park, or went and worked out together maybe. But that Jasmine is something else. You guys let me know what you think about the whole situation, though, between Phil and Imani. Next week, we're going to get into Shanique's birthday party. I'm sold. As soon as I heard line dancing, I was like, let's go. Let's go. Y'all know I've been in Texas for a while, so I'm all about a boot. Okay, I'm all about a wild, wild west gear. I'm all about a trail ride. I've been here for too long. The rodeo has actually become one of my favorite times of the year. And I mean, I go to the show. I'm watching the bull riding. Child, I don't even know who I am anymore. But that's it, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the episode. And I will see you guys for the next one. I actually feel a little better after I did this review. So thank y'all. Bye.